Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of My Life Has Destiny podcast, where I am one of your hosts, Quint Jones, and my sister is coming up here real soon. Y'all know who she is, Coco Fenton. So hey, let's just chat a little bit, because I don't really want to go into her topic. It's got to be one of those topics on tonight. I do want to wait for her to get up here. I don't know. We'll see. Sometimes we just have to adapt and adjust. So we'll see. Maybe I will go into the topic, but I pray that all of you had a blessed and productive day on today. I know I had um a peaceful day. It was very, very peaceful, very relaxed. Um, I am excited because I'm starting to experiment with some things. I know y'all have been noticing. I have been posting little cakes and brownies and stuff. I'm starting to experiment with baking. Um, kind of, sort of, using it just to, I don't know, figure out some of the things that I like to do. Also, starting a business. My cakes have been very good, I must say. I'm tooting my own horn on tonight. I did get a couple of orders, so I was excited about that. We are just, adventuring into new things, new circles. We are, how do I want to put it? Building relationships, so important to be able to build and to maintain a relationship. I don't know, I'm kind of all over the place. I'm just chatting with you on today. And I pray, for real, I pray that you all had a peaceful day. I pray there was no confusion in your family. I pray everyone is um, going after their goals and meeting them, that everyone is getting rid of their low self esteem and building self confidence. I pray that people are coming together there and realizing that it's not about a competition, but it is about unity. It is about us helping each other, building each other, encouraging each other, inspiring each other, and pushing each other into our destiny, because we've been stagnant for way too long. So it's time for us to make some moves. It's time for us to really go after the things that are designed specifically for us. So, with that being said, like I said, I pray that you all are doing this, that you're affirming in your life, that you're manifesting some things in your life, that you're decreeing and declaring some things in your life, that you're adapting in 2023. Because once again, for a long time, we've been at a standstill. We've been stagnant. We've been holding up our own blessings. We have not been walking in obedience. We have been moving the way we want to move. We had on our own agenda instead of following after the things of God. We need to learn how to let this flesh go. He said, let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. Listen, he counted not robbery for us to think like him, to be more like him, to act like him, to walk like him, to talk like him. It's up to us to make some changes in our life. It's time for us to truly adjust. And when you adjust to some things, you got to make moves. You can't stay still. You can't straddle the fence. When you're adjusting, you're moving, you're shifting, you're adapting, you're getting to know new things, new situations, you're getting in better circles. You are doing the things that benefit you. For a long time, we say, okay, it's God, it's others, and we're last on the totem pole. You got to move up in the line. When will we move up in the line and stop saying, I'm next in line for my miracle? Listen, It's my time now for my miracle. It's my time now for me to make some things happen in my life. It's my time now for me to manifest some things in my life. It's your time now for you to be happy. It's your time now for you to prosper and have overflow in your life. It's your time now. Now. Everybody's been ahead of you. Your time is now for your relationship to be one, for y'all to pray together, for y'all to make decisions together, for you to be on one accord when it comes to your children. It's your time now for you to live a prosperous and productive life. It's your time now for you to have what your heart's desire. What is your heart's desire? What are your goals? Have you written the business plan? Are you writing the vision and making it plain? Now is the acceptable time. I've been saying since last year, God is moving expeditiously. The things that you want, He's doing it. Are you preparing for it? Are you ready for it? Or are you doing the same thing that you've been doing and getting the same results that you've been getting? That's insanity. If it wasn't working for you back then, it's not going to work for you now. You have to adjust. You have to change your mindset. You have to do things a little bit different. You have to get a better understanding. We can no longer walk the same walk, talk the same talk, do the same things, go to the same places. We have to adjust. We have to change with the times. We have to be flexible. Now is the time for us to receive what's in store for us. And then I ask you, who are you receiving it from? Who are you serving? What are you serving? When will you get a standard? Now is the time to make some changes. Now is the time to get more of God and less of you. Now is the time for you to be transparent with Him. Now is the time to change the mindset that you've had since childhood. You aged in number, but your mindset stayed as a child. When do we change it? When do we mature? Hey, when do you mature? Now is the time. Now is definitely the time. Miss BB, how are you tonight? We have to make changes now. Tomorrow is not promised to anyone. Your children deserve to see you in a different light. You owe it to yourself to see you in a different light. You've been last long enough. It's time to move to the front of the line. Wonderful, Miss BB. It's time to move to the front of the line. He said the last is going to be first and the first is going to be last. Listen, The first are moving to the back of the line. So are you going to continue to allow them to cut you and remain up front? Are you giving them open access? Listen, move to the front of the line. It's time to make some adjustments. Right. For such a time as now. So you know when God brings confirmation, we on a ooh, Jesus. We walking in unity. When God brings confirmation, he doing some stuff. He's shifting some stuff. He's moving some stuff. Guess what? Because you remain faithful. Because you remain true. The things that you sowed in the past, you're reaping for now. It's built up. Are you a sower? The things that you sowed in the past, you are reaping. It's time to prosper. Open access is here. Open heaven is here. God is moving on our behalf. Do you recognize it? Can you see it? Can you hear from him? He's moving. He's shifting. He's adjusting. Oh my. Do you recognize what he's doing for you? Can you see the changes that's been made? He sees. Yes, he sees you. You know the child song. You Santa Claus is coming to town. You better watch out. You better not out. You better not cry. I'm telling you why. Listen, he knows when you've been sleeping. He knows when you are awake. He knows all. He knows all. Thanks, Fred. He sees all. He does not miss a thing. He does not miss a thing. He's God, the all knowing. He's omnipresent. Who, Jesus? He's all knowing. So he's watching. He know when you had it to sow and when you didn't. He know when you was just being selfish and cheap. He knows. And it's not just about finances. He knows when you was in competition with somebody, when you should have been pushing them, but you was walking in the spirit of jealousy. He knows when you was coveting your best friend's husband or her boyfriend. He knows. He knows when you made your children your idol. He knows. He knows what you're doing. He knows your heart. He knows your mindset. And guess what? You thought it before you committed the act. So you're still walking in sin. And he knows that too. He knows it. So when do you change? When do you tell the Lord, oh, I'm right here, open naked before you? Change my heart. You know I'm a mean person. You know I can get evil. You know I can be hostile. You know, when will you lay it all on the line for him? When do you tell him, Lord, I'm sorry that I made that man my God or that woman my God? I didn't put you in my relationship. I didn't pray with him and for him. We didn't pray together. Y'all know the saying, a family that prays together stay together. But we didn't come together. We didn't even communicate. We didn't fight the right fight. We fought with our mouths. We fought with our tongue. We fought with our fists. We did not handle that as God would have. He knows. He knows. And it's so important for us to recognize that He does know. He knows it all. But when will we see that now is the acceptable time? Whatever you want to do right now in this season, now is the acceptable time. Stop procrastinating. Go after it. What is your passion? Are you and your husband on one accord? Did you weigh out your pros and cons? Did you write the vision and make it plain? Or are you stuck still trying to get a newspaper when everything is online? Are you stuck still trying to get a phone book when we got Google and Siri? You cannot stay in the past. Yes, we have to make the proper adjustments because the enemy can easily run up the score. That is so true. And guess what? When we cause ourselves to stand at a standstill, the enemy is still moving. He's still consistent. He didn't stop coming after you if you claiming you're walking in God. He's consistent in everything that he do. If you're not going through anything, you might want to look at whose team you're on. Because he don't have a reason to mess with those whom he has. Why would he? You serving him. But when you're serving God, he said it's going to be some long suffering. He said when you make your bed in hell, he's right there. He said it was good that you've been afflicted that you might learn his statutes. He said, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, because you are with me. He said he'll never leave you nor forsake you. He said nothing's impossible for him. This is what God said. But the enemy, he's not loyal to anybody. Because guess what? God gives you free choice on if you want to serve him or not. But when you serve an enemy, when you try to get out, he's definitely going to try to kill you. He's definitely going to come after you. But God gives you a free choice. Yes, God chastens those whom he loves. Whom he loves. The enemy don't love anybody. But guess what? God tells us to love our enemies. If you can love the hell out of the enemy, you know you walking in God. If you could pray for your enemy, if you could wrap your arms around your enemy, You know whose team you're on. You know who you're serving. And I guarantee you, if you're on God's team, you're going to get everything your heart's desire. Now it's up to you how long it's going to take. Because if you're not walking in obedience and you're like I was, just running the rat race, running in circles, doing things my way, Fred, Fred said, do you want to be a free agent, be, bouncing from team to team? Ooh, Jesus. Or do you want to be on a team that consistently plays for and wins the championship each year? Wow, that's a good question. But you got to make the choice. You got to make the choice. We can't make that choice for you. Will I pray that you be on a winning team? Absolutely. Absolutely, I will. Because you can't lose on this team. You might delay some stuff. You might even lose a round, but you're going to win the battle because the battle don't belong to you. It belongs to God. It doesn't belong to you. You don't even have to fight it. What am I fighting for? Stay focused. Stay focused on the mark. Make those adjustments. Make those changes. Look in the mirror. Ask God, what do I need to change in this season? How do I need to change it? Can you give me a game plan on how to change it? Can you speak to my heart, my mind, my soul, my spirit? Can we make these changes expeditiously? Can I not worry about what others have to say and just worry about am I pleasing you and what you have to say concerning me? Because those that are talking, 9 times out of 10 they jealous. 9 times out of 10 they backbiting. 9 times out of 10 they're not for me anyway, but they want what I have. Make changes. See you as God sees you, as a masterpiece, as being fearfully and wonderfully made, as being the heir to the king, as being his child. Love you as he loves you. You're wondering why things are not going right in your relationship or you keep picking the same people. Why? Because you want somebody to need you. Why? Because you want to feel relevant, but you have to be relevant to yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to lay down the low self esteem. Pray for God to change your mindset concerning you so that you could teach others how to love you, how to cherish you, how to treat you. Know what you're going to tolerate. Have a standard. It's time to adjust. It's time to make some changes. It's time to shift. It's time to get out of your own way. Now is the time. It's time to get rid of the low self esteem and have confidence in you. It's time for you to know what you deserve and go after it. Get to know who you are. Get to know you. Start to love you. Don't be like the runaway bride. She didn't know who she was because she was so involved with this one and that one, and she took on their characteristics. She took on their traits. If they like poached eggs, she liked poached eggs. If they like a certain movie, she liked a certain movie. She had no clue of who she was. So get to know who you are. Adjust with you. Learn to love and tolerate yourself. Learn to like and do stuff with you. Now is the time for you to treat you right. Adjust. Hey, Coco.
Hey,
My sister here, y'all. My sister here. All right. I'm going to let her come in and do her baby because I think I talked enough. And y'all know it's time for me to be quiet.
I don't know why she being quiet now. You could have continued, but y'all, I wasn't up here. I was in a meeting, so I have no idea what she said. So if I come back and repeat it, don't look strange. This is just something that happens every once in a blue moon, most of the time. So um, I don't know why this thing is trying to update while I'm talking to y'all. Anyway, um, so tonight's show is about adjustments need to be made. Like I said, I don't know what she has already said. Um, but one of the things that you have to, hey Miss BB, how are you? I hope all is well. I hope your new year is great so far. Um, but one of the things that we have to understand is this. When I say adjustments need to be made, I mean all around, not one area, but like every area. There are some places where we know we have dropped the ball, and we got to be like football players. You got to pick the ball up from the fumble and you got to keep moving. Because one thing about one thing about football, for the people that like to watch it, when the ball fumble, you see a bunch of people scrambling to try to get it.
Mhm.
Personally, the team that dropped it trying to get it back to keep the other team from getting it, right? And so this is what we need to do because we fumbled the ball and guess who picked it up? We have fumbled a lot of balls in life and the enemy has picked them up. So now he's running down the field with your ball, trying to get to the end zone. And if you allow him to make it to the end zone, then your destiny is shot. You catch what I'm trying to say?
Amen.
So the thing is this: if you are not on the enemy's radar, then you don't have nothing he wants. And if you on his radar, then obviously you got something he wants. So if everything is fine, you ain't got no issues going on, don't sit back and think that everything good. Because right now, you don't currently have anything that he after because he might have it already, right? But everybody has to, there has to be a breather somewhere all the time. He could try to stay on you and try to stay on you and try to stay on you. But just like with Job, God gave him permission to touch Job, but he said, look, you can do what you want, but you can't kill him. You just can't take his life. He did a whole bunch of stuff and never let up
Mhm.
until
Let's see.
until Job said the right words. When he said the right words, he had to let him go. So we have to learn how to get to this point where we use what authority has been given. And when we use the authority the right way and we use the tools the right way, he has to flee. He has to leave us alone. The whole point is half of the time we don't even resist it. We fall for it. We make it worse because there's no resistance. And then you got all of this stuff coming and happening where you got all of these people that walk in and they like the counterfeit, right? They look one way, but they something totally different. My grandfather and my grandmother used to say, don't judge a book by its cover because the cover could be very deceiving.
Mm-hmm.
The title might sound real good, but honey, when you go to flip through them pages, the book is trash. It's not worth reading,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so you have to ask yourself this question, right? First of all, do your pages match your cover?
Mm-hmm.
Do your life add up to the words you speak? And if they don't, you need to fix that because you got people seeing one thing, but who you really are is somebody totally different.
Mm-hmm.
And people know when they being lied to. When you do that to people, you technically lying to people because you putting on this what we call personas, or what I like to say are facades of things that you want people to see, and
Mm-hmm.
you try to mask the stuff that you don't want people to know about, right? Concerning you, like they don't already know.
Right.
And so adjustments need to be made, right? We go back, and because the Lord keeps bringing it back, that we keep thinking we got time.
We don't.
We don't have time anymore. Time is winding up. Time waits for no man.
That's right.
Period. Now, granted, the Lord may extend your years, and for some of us, He has already done so, right? But with the extension, you jacked it up because you
Right.
ain't do what you were supposed to do. He extended your years, and now He's sitting back like, it's just like when you call the bill collector and you make a payment arrangement. So they give you an extension, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the day come for you to actually pay it.
And you
Guess what?
don't.
And then when you need an extension again for real, they won't give you one.
Right.
Why? Because you lied
Mm-hmm.
about the first one. A lot of us have made a lot of vows to God that we knew we weren't gonna keep.
That's right.
Well, Lord, if you do this, then I'll do this. Then God, if you do this for me, I'll do this. Then shut your face.
Right. That part.
Because you know that you have absolutely no plans
Right.
on doing what you told him.
Right.
God,
Hey,
if you
Simone.
if you bless me with the finances for this, I promise you I'll pay my tithes and offerings out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You get it, don't pay not one time, not one offering, no nothing. Matter of fact, you told him that you needed it to pay your bills and you didn't even do that.
That part.
Hence the reason why there's no financial stability in your
Mm-hmm.
life. Same thing with your regular stability. You gotta sit back and look at your situation and say, okay, well, I've been in this one place, but I've literally bounced from house to house to house to house to house every single year. You ain't never stayed in one place longer than a year. In the
That's.
same state and city.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't never stayed in one place longer than a year. Now I can see if you went to multiple states and you stayed a year, that's you traveling. That's you broadening your horizons and you going new places and you doing whatever is clever. But you at least went somewhere new. But when you stay in the same state,
Same state.
same city,
Mm,
and have moved every year since you've been grown.
mm. Jesus.
Maybe that's unstable. That's not called stability. And so at this point in your life, we are in 2023. Some of us have, Jesus, we have lived a decade. And in that decade, can you look back on the past and see where you are now? And what do you have to show for it? Like, literally, what do you have to show for it? Can you say that things are better? Or are you still in the same situation?
Mm,
Literally, can you say that things are better? Or are you still in the same place? But you telling yourself is better.
mm,
The situation is still the same, but you got it right here. That is better. It's good. You know, the Lord has blessed. He has moved mightily on my behalf. I'm sorry, but the God I love and serve does not put you in situations where you put yourself in more debt and then you stick his name to it, say he did it, and then you praying, asking him to get you back out of the debt. The new debt you just took on. But you saying that God was the author. He is so not.
mm, mm. This is such a confirmation in different words.
It's just the fact of today was really a day for me, right? Today, I got up this morning. I was still feeling bad from yesterday. I fought through my day. In the middle of my day, I felt my body begin to slow down because my sugar had begun to drop.
Jesus.
And I was just like, you know what? I'm over it. I just want to go home and I'm going to rest myself until it's time for the show. So that's what I came home and started to do. But I have literally been silent all day. If I didn't have to speak, I didn't. In my silence, I have realized that people don't like it when I'm silent. They have a problem with the fact that I have nothing to say and that my words are short, my statements are short, and I have nothing to say. Who knew that silence could make people uneasy so much? I didn't know, you know. Because most of the time, if somebody talks to me, I'll talk back.
Right.
When a person wants to hold a conversation with me, and I'm just sitting there looking like this with a smile on my face, and
Whew.
then when they ask me something, I nod with the same smile.
I would have said, I'm gonna let you go because you don't seem like you're engaged.
It was nothing against them.
Right.
I'm just in a place of silence.
Hmm.
I have realized that I exert a lot of energy on people. And I really, 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 especially since the new year came in and we have been um, in consecration mode, I have really, really came to the realization that a lot of people and things do not deserve my energy.
That's right. That is so true.
That I have been there, I have supported, hands down, supported no matter what. And it ain't even about if I got the same in return. But I'm just through. I'm at that point. I'm done.
Hmm.
And I can say it with a whole smile on my face.
Yes. It's a blessing. It's a wonderful thing.
So In that though, I get my time where I still get my skin to skin and I have to hear him. And
Mhm.
I hear him when other people start talking to me. So it's funny because they're talking, but I hear something totally different while they talking. And I'm just looking like, wow. Yeah, you're saying something else, but he's really said something else. And I can't have this conversation with you right now. So I got to go. I'm gonna exit myself from the building or from this conversation, and I'm gonna allow you to enjoy the rest of your day like I'm going to continue enjoying mine. So I've just been at that point in my day today, right? This is literally the most I've had to say all day. And so, is 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 time out for playing church.
Mhm.
You need to begin to walk in and be the church if that's what you're
Right.
going to be.
That's right.
Because playtime is over.
Mhm.
Jokes and games are over. It's
Mhm.
some stuff get ready to go down that if y'all don't understand and you ain't got no discernment, baby, you just gonna be so bumfungle when it hits you and you see it
Mhm.
that you're not even gonna know what to do with yourself
Mhm.
at this point. Because we don't want to go with what we hear or read in the word. I'm gonna say here because a lot of us don't even pick it up no more. So I'm gonna say here, or and because you don't read it anymore. So for those that have what we call wireless devices,
Mhm.
Bibles can be downloaded,
Mhm.
and you can still read them.
Yes,
You
you
can
can.
swipe left and right. If that does it better for you, but still, please read it. That's all I'm trying to say. Is that the Bible says that you need to take the word and hide it in your heart, right? But how can you hide what you don't know? And then all you do is you hear it coming from behind the thing called the pulpit or the stage or whatever they use to talk these days. And that's all you know because you haven't picked it up to know it for yourself.
Mhm.
And so when they go to ad libbing and taking words out, you are unaware because you don't know. The enemy is running around doing his job because he is very consistent these days. We are the inconsistent people. It says to pray without ceasing. It says the effectual fervent prayers of the righteous people avail it much. That's what it says. But ain't nothing effectual, ain't nothing fervent because you ain't praying. There's no consistency. So there's no effectual fervent anything. And then you wonder why so many things are coming, so many darts are hitting, so much is happening. Why you off track, you off prayer because now you no longer have a prayer life.
Mm. Jesus.
On top of not having a prayer life, you're not getting no word in.
Mm.
The only word you get is YouTube
Mm. Mm. Mm.
because YouTube is your thing for
Mm.
some of us. That's the only word you get in. Somebody asks you who's your leader. Oh, um, well, you can't say because you ain't got one. Just say you ain't got one. And what you gonna say, TD Jakes? Oh, because I listen to him on YouTube. Well, I need to buy them because I watch her on Facebook. Well, who you pay your tithes to? And there goes more quietness. You don't pay your tithes because you don't have a leader. And then if you do pay tithes and offering, you sending it to somebody who don't even know who you are.
Mm.
They don't even know your name. You just send it via Cash App. They want to say thank you. Hold on, let me prophesy to you right now. I'm gonna prophesy to you because you sent it, but they won't say nothing to you before that.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So you paid for a prophecy. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mm. Jesus.
So you sitting here and you put yourself in places where you running and you chasing prophetic words.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you open up the book, you got 66 books filled up that you don't have to pay for. If you paid for the Bible, that's the only purchase you made. But no, to the wonderful people listening under the sound of my voice, you want to run and you want to pay every time you see them on Facebook or Zoom or whatever platform you see them on, you're paying for a word. Every
Mm.
time they have a conference, you don't pay your rent so you can go.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
You miss a whole payment so you can be at the conference. And then after the conference is over, you wondering how you gonna pay bills. Right, right. I mean, when I tell you some of these conferences, the prices are ridiculous.
Right.
I ain't paying nobody. There's a conference I was recently invited to. When the young lady said that the conference cost $3,000, I said, "Baby, what you gonna do for 3 grand that you think I'm about to pay it?" Well, you gotta understand who I'm bringing, honey. If you ain't bringing Jesus Himself, I ain't paying $3,000. What you mean? I don't care who you bringing. Ain't nobody that you gonna have on your roster worth $3,000 to me. Sorry. Thank you for the invite, though. I mean, I was honest. I was so honest
Oh my
because
goodness.
I don't think that nobody else had been that honest with her.
And she gonna get stuck with the bill.
Okay,
I hope she got the money.
yeah, I
'Cause
hope so too.
she is not having a conference.
I hope so too. Because all of these wonderful people and all them honorariums you got to pay,
Hmm.
baby, go ahead.
Hmm. She
Go
gonna be
ahead, have fun with that because all of that's gonna be there, and a lot of the folks you got on your roster, baby, ain't got no power.
hmm.
So have at it. I didn't feel the glory of the Lord when you gave me your pricing.
That part. That part. $3,000.
$3,000 because you about to have what you call 5 heavy hitters on your screen. Baby, I had 5 heavy hitters at my conference and didn't charge that much, and it was virtual.
That part.
And everybody told me I should have charged more than what I charged for
Mm.
everybody to come. And let me tell you that my 5 heavy hitters tore the house down.
Yes,
Okay.
they
So and I didn't charge that.
is. 3,000.
And people actually got saved, delivered, and set free.
Right.
Now you tell me if you feel like you're gonna get the same thing from the 3 grand that you're trying to get because you have to pay all these people.
Mm-mm. She about to get a debt. She gonna be Trying to take out a second mortgage on her house.
Simone, boo boo, I love you. And I mean it. Yeah. So, like for me, none of that stuff means anything.
Mm-mm,
I
at
mean,
all.
I watch people running to the woman thou art loosed and all of these other things, but then got there and talked about everything they saw
Mm,
at the
mm,
conference.
mm.
It was like, oh, we got there and it was warfare. What did
Right.
you think? What you think it was gonna be?
Mm, mm, mm.
A thousand different spirits in the same building.
That part.
Not everybody is Christ-like,
Mm-mm.
and you was wondering why it was warfare. There was no need to wonder.
First off, as anointed and appointed as she is, look at the lifestyle. And you want to run to the conference. I'm just saying. Uh-huh. What's the
In this
topic?
season,
Adjustments need to be
well,
made.
I've been to Dr. Trim stuff, but I ain't paid that to do it. Every time I see her, I it's actually been free for me. So, and I like her. Dr. Sandy Trim is cool people. She real down to earth. But every time I've got the opportunity to see her, it was free for me. I didn't have to pay for it. And so there are people that when you know people, sometimes they pay to know people.
That's right.
They was like, look, such and such coming in. I just need you to show up. Don't even worry about it. Just give me your name when you get here. Because I'm not doing all that.
For
There-
nobody.
There's there's no need to have to go through all of that. At the
Mm-mm.
end of the day, that's just like if some of my favorite R&B singers was in the same building. Babe, I like y'all and all. Y'all got good music. But sweetheart, I ain't even paying $300 to see you.
That part. Sure ain't.
Not doing that. I mean, you talking about celebrities for sure. I might pay $50 a ticket. And that's a might.
Hmm.
I got to really want to go see it. But there's a lot of times where if it don't really tickle my fancy and I don't feel like it's something that's gonna give me something that I can use to change me, I won't invest in it.
Right.
I won't put my money on it. Just like I've been to other ministries, I've been to other churches and stuff. The Lord don't always tell me to sow. And if he tells me to sow, I sow.
Right.
But if he tells me, I close your wallet, I listen and I close the wallet. Why? Because eventually, if you sit through the whole service, you'll know why he told you to keep it closed.
Hmm.
And so, again, adjustments need to be made. Everything in 2023 is not my assignment.
That's right.
There will be a lot of no's. Why? Because I physically need to finish healing. And
Hmm.
so I'm not accepting everything.
That's right.
Right. And so I know that there are some people that are disappointed because they have not seen me physically. And I miss people dearly, but right now I can't. I can't put that on myself. I can't do that to me in this season.
Right. That's right.
When he tells me to go, I'll go. You catch what I'm saying?
That's it.
Now, in this season, I need you guys to understand that he's prepping you, and you have heard me say it before, And I said it early last year, I believe, and I'm gonna say it again because he's doing it again. He got you in preparation mode so that as you are processing, he can qualify you for some things that you were disqualified for. So he's qualifying you in unqualified areas. And in order to qualify, you have to put yourself in proper position to be able to
Mm-hmm.
receive and to be able to take heed to what he's saying, right? So, with that being said,
Mm-hmm.
what posture are you currently in? What's your posture? I
Mm-hmm.
told you guys right now, my posture is quiet and listening in prayer mode. That's my posture. I don't have a lot to say. If it's not something like this where I have to do what I have to do. If it doesn't need to be done, it won't.
That's right.
There's some things that I know that he has me get me ready to do, and I have to be ready to do them without a headache,
That's right.
preferably, which would be great, right? And so that's the thing for me in this hour at this time. So what I'm saying is that when it comes down to your adjustments, you know what you need to fix. You know what you need to change.
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to make the change?
Mm.
Are you willing to make the adjustments that need to be made? And if not, you need to ask yourself why. Because what are you afraid of? What are you afraid that's going to happen if you make certain adjustments? Who you afraid of that's going to fall off because they need to fall off? What are you afraid of losing if you make certain types of adjustments
Mm.
right now? Because a lot of it, honestly, some of this stuff you put yourself in. You got to get yourself out of it.
That's right.
The Bible says, among all things, get wisdom and understanding. That's what it says.
That's it.
So, what is it that you need wisdom with? If you need wisdom in your finances, ask for it. He'll give it. Trust me when I tell you, he'll give
Mm-hmm.
it. If you need wisdom in whatever area, just ask for it.
That's right.
He'll give it. But get wisdom and understanding because if you don't, you're going to continue to mishandle and misuse things that he releases upon you. Some things in some of you guys' life, the reason why it hasn't been released yet is because of the people you got around you.
Mm.
He is not going to release the certain type of blessing that you need and want because you got leeches waiting to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's not going to release that because he knows you.
That's right.
He knows you so free hearted. And what was meant to be a blessing to you, somebody else is going to try to take the blessing for themselves. They're going to come to you with those wonderful things that we call sob stories and how much they got to need. And can you just, I just know. And then, I mean, and nowadays you got the ones that's so bold to say, well, won't you pray and ask the Lord to see if he wants you to help me? Don't ask me to do
Mm-hmm.
that. Don't give me that statement. Because if you bring that statement to me, I'm gonna tell you before you can even finish it. He already said no. Because if you got to tell me to pray and ask the Lord, then you already know what the answer gonna be.
Right.
Stop tricking your own self. Who does that?
Mm.
Who does that, y'all? I'm just I'm serious. Who does that? That you trick yourself by lying to yourself because you figure that the lie is so much easier for you to handle than the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You tell yourself, nope, this person is not this way. Oh no, things are getting better. You try to tell everybody else that this, oh, hey, didn't you see the change?
Hmm.
Honey, don't nobody see that change but you. You want everybody else to see what you see. Don't nobody else see that change but you don't. Because if you asking me what change was I supposed to see? Oh, okay. Um, they not beating you across your head no more. So you figure like that's a change.
Mm, mm, mm,
They not cussing you out no more. So you
mm.
figure like because that's a change.
Wow.
Right. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself why they not doing these things anymore? Do you anyway? Because what adjustment did you make for them to stop doing it?
Mm,
Right? Now catch what I said, the adjustment you made, not the adjustment they made.
mm-hmm,
So what adjustment did you make for them to stop doing it? And now you think everything good.
mm-hmm,
Oh, because they controlling, right? So
mm,
you gave that control. So because you gave the control, they ain't gotta bust you upside your head no more. You gave them the control that they wanted.
mm,
They
mm,
ain't gotta hit because now you compliant. I don't mess with compliant people. It's when they feel like you insubordinate that becomes a problem. But you in a whole relationship. We not at work.
mm,
This your boo. This
mm,
your boo thing that we talk about. Your boo thing. And for some of y'all, that person ain't even your boo thing. It's the side piece that's busting you
mm,
across your head.
mm.
How you got a part-time abuser? Where we do this at?
Oh God. Oh Jesus.
Because they can't abuse you until they see you. So I'm just asking.
Wow.
When y'all come together, that's what it is. I'm just saying. But this is the stuff that you are allowing in your mind. Somebody has told you that this was love.
Mm,
Who told you that? You watched somebody do it to your mama, your aunts, your grandma when you was coming
right.
up, and they told you that was love.
Mm-hmm.
No, baby, that ain't love. Love ain't supposed to hurt.
Mm-mm. At all.
That ain't love. You supposed to love me, but every time I turn around, you with somebody new.
That part.
But no, I love you though. They don't mean nothing. Y'all know y'all heard it before.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, but this person don't mean nothing. If they don't mean nothing, then why was you with them?
Right.
I'm just saying. We just having a conversation, y'all. Is that what makes you feel better? It make you feel better to hear. I guess you gotta hear it like in your head. after they beat you. I'll never do it again. I'm so sorry. Don't leave me. That's that narcissistic move. Well, if you leave me, I'm gonna kill myself. And honey, you would like my response to that.
At all. You need
I
some
can
help.
promise you, I'm not even gonna say it out loud. That's how bad you would not like my response to that. Because I'd be like, you know what? Excuse me, I'm gonna get 911. I'm gonna have them on standby. Because we through completely. So whatever you feel like you about to do to yourself, don't say it was because of me.
I'd have been like, you need some help. 'Cause
I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And it just wouldn't have came across well. I'm sorry,
mm-mm.
y'all. I'm sorry. It just wouldn't have been there. I couldn't even have faked that one, y'all. It ain't even no.
Mm-mm.
I couldn't even have faked the I care moment with that.
At all.
But y'all know, y'all have heard people say this. And every type of abuse ain't physical.
It's
You
not.
got the people that they verbally manipulate you
Mm-hmm.
to try to keep you around.
Yep.
When it's just you and them, they bash you.
Mm-hmm.
But when you in public, oh, this my boo, this my girl, this my blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
You the trophy in public. But behind closed doors, you all
You
types of itches. You this, you ain't no good. You that. Baby, why are you allowing
leave.
people to treat you this way?
Mm, 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 mm.
What happened in your lifetime that nobody you know showed you what real love was? That nobody told you, baby, you are wonderfully and beautifully made.
Mm, mm,
That you may not be everybody cup of tea, but baby, you somebody's sweet tea. You
mm,
catch what
mm.
I'm trying to say? You're not gonna be for everybody.
That's right.
That's not how that works. Not everybody gonna like you. Not everybody gonna
Mm-hmm.
want you around. But the ones that do will show you that.
Mm-hmm.
I posted it sometimes last year. I said, you know what? I may not always get invited to the party, but I'm actually cool with that.
I know that's right. Real cool with it.
Because a lot of this stuff ain't for me.
I know that's right.
When I hear about what happened at the soirees, baby, I'm glad I didn't come. I'm glad
Mm-hmm.
there was never a formal invite.
Mm-mm.
I appreciate you.
That's right.
I promise you, there's always a ram in the bush. There's always a
Yes.
reason as to why something does not take place.
Yes.
And it's cool. I get more cool and cool every day with something not happening.
I know that's right.
Now I'm cool with it because it lets me know
Mm-hmm.
where I'm at.
That's right.
I'm all right with not having, you know, okay, everybody is not my friend.
That's right.
You have associates, then
Mm-hmm.
you have comrades, and then you got confidants. That's how I associate people. I'm sorry, and then there's one more. There's called frenemies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you got that. That's
Mm-hmm.
what you got. That's how I categorize people. Y'all know Quint compare her people to food. She compare her folks to food. I categorize my people in a whole nother light. Okay,
Y'all,
she,
Coco is my own custom made pizza.
she categorizes. You see what I'm talking about? She categorizes people to food. I categorize people in associates, comrades, confidants, and frenemies. Now you have to ask yourself which one you think you fall in. This. pretty much, because I'm not gonna tell you that.
Mm, mm, mm.
You have to ask yourself which category you think you fit. And if you know me well enough, then you already know the answer to the question without me having to answer it. And so that's the whole point. I know I got people that I can talk to, tell anything to, and it'll never go nowhere. But then I know I got some I could whisper my name and you done went and changed it 4 times before it got back to somebody else. Like, yeah, no, you can't hold tap water.
Mm, mm, mm.
Okay. And so it's just like, no, you got to know how to label people. You got to know who people are to you. That way you can deal with them accordingly and stop putting yourself through a bunch of headache that you ain't got to have.
That's right.
Period.
Period.
And this is the thing. When you got people that are real friends, they let you make your mistakes.
That's right.
And you know what they do? They sit back and they just wait for you.
Hmm.
They don't be like, oh, it's not the I told you so moment. They just sit back and
Hmm.
you done yet? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I was about to. Yes.
I'm saying though, like you have to find those people. Everybody got they people, as I call it, they people. You gotta find them people that can deal with you the way you are. If a person can't handle you how you are and they constantly always trying to change you, that ain't your people. I don't get I don't become friends with people to change them because that's not my job. My job ain't to change you. And
Mhm.
it's just like when you are a person, you in leadership, you know the Lord, but somebody else don't. Babe, it's not your job to do everything. Even a fisherman, they catch the fish. They not always the one cleaning it too.
That's right.
It's your job to, yeah, you can bring somebody to the Lord, but it ain't your job to do the rest. He do it.
That's
He,
right.
he got somebody for everything.
Hmm.
Everything. Your job to just get them to the church. It's somebody else's job to say,
All
you ready
right,
to come? You,
baby.
you ready to come to God yet?
Hmm.
That's somebody else. That ain't your job no more. You got them in the door. The rest is some up to somebody else.
Hmm. Then there's somebody else to say, you got this. Come on, we doing it right now.
Honey, I promise you, if things were the way they used to be,
Right.
these prayer and Terry and said somebody need to, first of all, we need to go back to that, right?
Hmm.
We need to go back to that because it'll
Hmm.
help somebody life for real.
Hmm.
We need to go back to them days. The lock-ins where you ain't leaving till the next day and we gonna serve you breakfast.
Everybody gonna be asleep.
And we gonna serve you breakfast. Yeah.
Got everything set up in the back. Y'all bring that in. Y'all got
I
that pot of
promise you.
grits. Y'all got that hot plate. Y'all.
I promise you, the mother of the church said, did you really go home and get a whole blanket and a pillow and bring it back? Sure did. Because I know me. I can go for a certain amount of hours, but after that, you know what? Me and the Lord gonna rest. Because we gonna go to sleep.
Hmm.
And then we gonna wake up and we can start this thing again.
Hmm.
Okay. But that even the Lord rested.
Yes, he
Okay.
did.
Right? Even he rested. He did not go full blown mode for the day. That's not what he did. Even he rested. Okay. Y'all take heed. Learn how to rest. Rest yourself.
Oh God.
I'm telling you.
Mm, mm, mm.
But I mean, look, y'all already know. It's not even about trying to badger nobody, bog nobody down, but again,
Mm.
you know what adjustments
That's
need
right.
to be made,
Mm.
right? And that's all I wanted to get up here and say. So whatever she had said to you before I came on, I don't know.
Well, we
But
already know it was a confirmation. It was just different words. So y'all got the same thing twice.
oh well, yeah, I see. Okay, so Y'all already know. Like I said, I wasn't up here. I was not listening because I was in a meeting, and my meeting had my full attention, so I didn't know what she said. So, um, but adjustments have to be made. We have to get ourselves back to a place where we're not being blindsided, y'all.
Hmm.
A lot of stuff that's happening right now, we being blindsided about. Why? Because we not where we were.
That's right.
We act like we don't have discernment no more. We don't want to sit down and take the time to hear him
Hmm.
because we don't want to hear what he has to say.
Right.
Right now, a lot of things he's probably saying no, like he's that parent. No, 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 because this is not good for you. No, because that's not where I got you going. No,
Hmm.
you want to go this way, and he needs you to go straight.
Hmm.
You want to take a whole detour. I want to stop and see the sights. That ain't what I told you to do. I
Hmm.
need you to get where I need you to go.
Here she go, y'all.
I'm just saying.
Hmm.
Right now, if you viewed your life like a road trip, and he said, I need you to go from point A to point B, no stops unless it's gas.
Hmm.
Can you do that? Or do you have to take a detour? Oh, I need it. No,
There she go with the delay, y'all. We discussed this too.
I'm
We
just
done
saying.
delayed long enough.
I'm just saying. But this is the thing. The whole part and the whole issue with the delay is that you caused your own delay.
It, we talked about that. We did
You
it for too
you
long.
caused your own delay. Nobody else delayed you. You caused your own delay. Now, the few times where somebody else did do it because they came along and you was unaware and they talked you out of something, that's different. But when you learned what was really going on and now you talk yourself out of it, you delayed yourself.
That's right.
We could delay a process because we don't know how to shut up.
That's right.
And when you do talk, you say the wrong words. You got the wrong language.
Hmm.
You got to change your language concerning yourself.
That's right.
You catch what I'm trying to say? Yo, you better start changing your words. I can't. What?
Hmm.
I can, I will, and I shall.
That's right.
What you mean you can't?
Hmm.
Who told you you couldn't?
Right.
He said that greater works would we do than he. That's
Mm.
what he said.
That's what he
So
said.
if he said greater works that we would do than he,
Hmm.
first of all, the question is this: what kind of work you doing?
Right there.
That's the first
Have it.
question. What kind of work you doing? Second of all, the reason why it won't be greater is because you ain't working for him.
Hmm.
You working for yourself. And everything you doing, guess what? Ain't working.
That's right.
Every business idea tried and failed, crashed and burned. You wonder why? Where you get the idea from?
Right.
First of all, was the business that you tried, was it your idea?
Mm.
You know, a lot of times people come up with stuff that they got from somebody else,
So true.
and it was never your
Mm.
idea.
So true.
Hence the reason why it didn't work.
Right.
You
Hmm.
don't come along and get around people with the wrong intention,
That's right.
seeking what you think you can take,
Mm.
and then try to use it for yourself and think it's gonna flourish and work.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
That's not how that works. Even in Fortune 500 companies, you know what they had to do if they wanted to use somebody else's idea? They had to pay them for it.
Yes, they did.
And the ones that did try to take somebody else's idea to make it work, you know what
Fast
happened?
food.
So, same thing as in the natural, so in the spirit.
That's right.
I'm not you, you not me. You personally, you ain't got nothing I want.
Exactly.
And that's not trying to be funny, that's for real. I don't want to walk a mile in your shoes.
At all.
It's hard enough to walk in mine.
Hmm.
And so we've talked about people talking about, oh, I see you and I want, no, you don't. Mm-mm. Let me stop you right there.
Hmm.
Stop telling people you want what you see them with.
Hmm.
First of all, you don't know how they obtained it.
That's right.
You don't know what they had to go through in order to get there. So
Hmm.
stop saying you want what you see them with.
Hmm.
Because if you say that and he takes you through the same process, can you handle their process?
Right.
Because remember, this is what you said you want. You can't handle other people's processes. And I'm going to tell you something that's so enlightening about what I just said. Stop talking about somebody else's process too.
Oh, Jesus.
It ain't yours. Everybody is being processed right now. Nobody has arrived.
That's right.
And so how can you talk about her process when you processing too, just in a different way?
Hmm.
Who you?
That part.
How dare you? You don't want nobody putting their mouth on you, so shut
Hmm.
yours.
That's right.
And honestly, I need y'all to go. This is why I'm telling y'all I need y'all to go in the word. Because the Bible say that when you do stuff like that, that's considered witchcraft, you know. You know, y'all like to call it gospel. We're gonna call it what it is.
Hmm.
I can't talk about Quint process. She can't talk about mine.
That's right.
Cause honey, her process ain't my process, and mine sure ain't hers.
Mm-mm.
I don't want nobody dealing with what I'm dealing with
Mm-mm.
on a day to day. You catch what I'm trying to say? Well, from the outside, oh girl, you look good. I appreciate it.
Hmm.
Wish I felt as good as I look. But one day it's gonna match up.
That's right.
You catch what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And so you have to, you just have to know you. Quit tell y'all all the time she know her. She'll tell you about her before you can tell about her. And that's how we're supposed to be. They shouldn't be nothing about you that the enemy can dangle like this. And just keep dangling. And when you hear it dangling, you cringe up because you like, oh, he about to expose me. Expose yourself.
That part.
And you don't have to expose yourself to the word. Long as look, Lord, let me tell you, this is what happened today. It ain't like he don't know because he seen it.
Hmm.
But this is you talking to him. Yo, talking time. Like, this what I did today.
Hmm.
Lord, this. I tried to hold my mouth, but it didn't work. There's nothing. So the enemy can't come and say, "Well, look, you remember when you cussed Elder out yesterday?"
I'll be like, show do.
Yep. And I can tell you everything I said.
And meant exactly what I said. Delivery might not have been the greatest,
Right.
but I meant what I said.
And then and I'm quick to say that. Look, look. The way it was given probably was not right, but I meant every last word of it though. It's like for real. And I'm quick to tell on me,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it come down to that. I'm gonna tell on myself. You ain't gotta rebuke me. I'm gonna rebuke me for you. It's like for real. I'm gonna do it to myself. You ain't gotta say
And
that.
then get mad. You now I got to go repent because I done told you about yourself. I'm not gonna be repenting for you.
Look, you ain't gotta go tell me to get in the corner. I will go
That
stand in it.
part.
I'm gonna go stand in it and face the whole wall and just stay there and talk to the wall. I ain't lying.
He's so mad. Can't believe this man.
As a kid, y'all know how it was when if you had that parent or that teacher that would tell you to go stand in the wall.
Mhm.
You over there, arms folded, pouting and all, stomping feet, all of that in that corner,
Mhm.
right? Because you like, why am I over here?
See,
What
this is
did
my
I do?
fault. And people would just shut up like I told them to shut up.
In your mind, you like, why am I over here? You like, what you do? You know, that's how we was when we was kids. But now we older. We know what we did. Dude, you know you. Ain't nobody got to tell you about you.
Oh, Jesus.
Look, if you know your mouth is flat, look, just say, look, excuse me. Whew, sometimes you can catch me on the wrong day. And if you do that, it ain't gonna be holy. Like, just for real. Hey, just be honest. But you be hoping that they don't have to come.
Especially when you activate my crazy and
Right.
I'm sitting there with a smile on my face talking about you so stupid, sweetie.
I actually had a conversation with somebody the other day, and I actually, you know how you hit you think something,
And you
but it
said
just
it out
come
loud.
out. And I'm sitting there having a conversation with somebody, and I was like, "You smart dummy," and said it out loud. It was just like they was just like their face was so stuck that it was like, wait a minute. It took them, I promise you, it took them at least 15 minutes to stop looking at me and say, "Did you just call me a nerd?" like,
Oh, God.
did I? Oh yeah, I thought it. I just didn't know it came out. Like, like you know what I'm saying? And then I explained why I said it. Like for real. I gave a whole explanation as to why I said it. I was like, because I don't want. I noticed you might be currently offended. But hold on, like for real. Like that's not what I look. I'm gonna tell you why I called you that. It's because I need you to understand the gist of this whole situation. Like for real. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't how, but that's what happened. So that was yeah, that was just like the highlight of a day. So you
Don't
it's
be
like what?
insulting me with a compliment.
I'm just saying. I was like, so I had to explain why I said it. And after I explained it, they was like, oh,
At least you explained it, cause I ain't explaining that you stupid, sweetie.
yeah, I explained it.
Nah.
I explained it because,
Mm-mm.
a 15-minute pause and just looking at me like, did you really just, yeah, yeah. And then, like, after I realized that I actually said it out loud, I was like, oh, yep, you finna have to explain this.
Oh
So, yeah,
God.
you know what I'm saying? But, you got to be one of the people just be honest about it. And I was honest. So, and they was just like, you just, oh, some of the people that would just happen to be on the call was just like, oh, you just honest by fault. I don't understand. Like,
Yeah, I'm back to the stage where I found myself saying the first thing that come to my head instead of thinking about, like you tell the kids, would you think about what you say
Right.
before you say it? Yeah, I'm my filter broke again.
Yeah, but see, that's the bad part, y'all. I actually did think about it, and it came out anyway. So that's the bad part. In that particular moment, there are some moments where I literally will sit there while somebody talking, and I'm thinking real hard, and I'm just like to myself, "Look, you got to give me the words to say after this is over, because yeah, I can't say my thoughts, so I have to say what you want me to say."
Oh my.
And that's how you gotta be, like for real. But that's that goes back to that ain't even about being a friend. That's just about you being a real person. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like just being real with people at the
Hmm.
end of the day.
Exactly.
You tell people how you feel. Like, look, this
And
is what
be
you made me feel like.
right. And be real with yourself. If you don't
Yeah.
like it, then you be honest. And you deserve to be
Yeah.
honest.
And you just like, this is what you made me feel like.
Hmm.
I don't appreciate this.
Hmm.
And
That's it.
when you don't feel comfortable, say you don't feel comfortable. I
And
mean,
that's
tell if you don't tell people, they won't know. People ain't mind readers.
right. And that's what I said. When you love you, you will learn, you will teach people how to treat you. So that's so important. If you don't like something, you be honest.
Right.
But you got to know you in order to know what you like, what you're gonna tolerate, how you're gonna tolerate it. So if you don't know that, then you can't teach somebody how to treat you. So
That's
get to
it.
know you first.
I mean, most people that see me and Quinn think that we have known each other for a long time. But that
Hmm.
is not the case.
At all.
So not the case. And we actually met. How? Because
A
I
business.
was I was getting ready to have surgery, and she was selling the product that she thought I could use.
Hmm.
That's how we actually met.
That was it.
That's how this whole thing came to be.
And I just happened to pray for friendship at that time. Was praying for
And so,
friendship.
like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like, you'd be surprised how people get put together sometimes.
Hmm.
And you have to really sit back and look at how you came together.
Hmm.
And that's with anything, any type of relationship, friendship, business, loving relationships, if you know what I'm saying.
Hmm.
And this is the thing too. You gotta stop getting into relationships. If you don't get into a relationship with a goal in mind, then what are you doing?
Right.
There has to be some type of goal in mind in any form of relationship. If you get in a business relationship, the goal is to start something, grow something, expand something. You're
Hmm.
gonna do something
That's
because
right.
it's business. If you get into a dating type of relationship, okay, so obviously there's something I saw in you, something you saw in me, you want to date, let's date. Let's see if what we saw in each other is good enough to become something else.
Hmm.
Right? There's still all a goal in mind.
That's right.
So you have to ask yourself, what is your goal with the intentions and the people that you are associating yourself with?
Hmm.
What is the goal? If you know, look, I need y'all to stop saying that people got potential. But potential don't go nowhere. Potential don't go nowhere if there's no action behind nothing. That means they still got potential. You've been with them 15 years and you still waiting for the potential to blossom into something else.
But you know what I told somebody recent, probably one day last week, a house has potential to be torn down. Just saying.
But see, this is
Everything
the
has
thing.
potential. Stop dating people on potential.
This is the thing. Do y'all understand how houses work? If you purchase a house, when you moved into that house, that house lost equity,
Mm-hmm.
right? As long as you stay in that house, you don't do nothing to it, there's no equity being regained, right? Now, if you decide that you done been in this house 20, 30 years and you want to sell this house, in order to sell it, you have to remodel, do something to it to increase
The
the
value.
equity.
Mm-hmm.
You catch what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with your relationship. What are you putting into it to increase its equity?
Mm-hmm.
First, do a math check on your relationships. Has there been addition or have there been subtraction?
Mm-hmm.
If there's been a bunch of subtractions, then baby, whoever that is draining you, and that's a no-no.
I know that's right.
If there are additions, whether you became somebody new, you learned something new about yourself, you done got a whole lot of wit. I mean, there's something to be gained from anything and everybody. Whether you gain the right thing or the wrong thing, there's always something to be gained.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people can teach you stuff, but they ain't always teaching you the right stuff.
That's right.
So, was it a gain or a loss? That's what you have to ask yourself.
That's right.
That's just like when people go bet. If you one of them people that gamble, you it's a 50-50 chance you're gonna win
Mm-hmm.
or you're gonna lose.
That's right.
Now, if you know what you're doing and you know how to play what you play, then you already know what your odds gonna be. But
Mm-hmm.
if you walk in a casino, you ain't never played none of the games you see in there, honey, don't spend too much money.
That's right.
Just like folks that love this wonderful thing that we call lottery.
Hmm.
Don't take your whole check and go to the lotto place and do a whole bunch of Powerballs with the same number. One, that's not smart. Two, you're gonna be broke. You catch what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What is your goal? What is your end game?
Mm.
What is the goal? What's the end game to anything that you're trying to do? What is your futuristic goal? You need to do 2 year, 5 year, and bless the Lord if He allow you to see more than five
Mm-hmm.
after that. But you need to do a 2 year and a 5 year goal set with everything you got going on: relationship, business, school, ministry, whatever. 2 year, 5 year,
Mm-hmm.
and then see what happens. See
That's
yourself slowly climbing the goal ladder. Because if
mm-hmm.
you ain't meeting and reaching none of the goals, you need to stop and do a reassessment and be like, okay, why am I not
That's
moving?
right.
I'm just staying stuck. So why am I not moving?
Mm-hmm.
I like going forward. Backwards is not an option.
Not at all.
So I gotta go forward. If I don't go forward, I stay still. I'd rather stay still until I know where to move than to go backwards.
Mm-hmm.
You guess what I'm saying?
That's
Staying
right.
still, staying still is a smart move when you don't know where to go.
That's right.
That's just like if you went somewhere without using a GPS, you don't know where you at.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do? You gonna stay still until you figure out which direction you need to head.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of us that never, now my grandfather taught me how to use an actual map. That was way before GPS came out. If you have never learned how to use an actual map, and the day that these wonderful things we call cell phones go down, you're gonna be through. You're gonna still need to know how to get to your destination. How
Mm-hmm.
you gonna do that if you don't know how to read a map?
Right.
Can you get to your destination without a GPS?
Mm-hmm.
Half of the folks listening can say no. If you don't have your phone or some type of device telling you take a right here in the next 1,000 feet, I need you to turn left. Continue to go straight for X amount of miles. You should reach your destination in the next 10 hours.
Right.
If you don't have something guiding you, because it's called a global positioning system, right? If you don't have this little thing that y'all hear talking and guiding you, you don't know how to get where you got to go. Like I said, way before that came along, we were using actual paper maps. They still sell them in the store
Mm-hmm.
for the folks that
We
don't
do.
like to use GPS. And the paper maps, we used to draw along the route and put X's where we stop and things like that. So some of y'all need to turn back. Y'all need to go back to the drawing board so you can learn how to get where you gotta go. Because you'll never reach your destination with the mindset that you got right now,
Mm-hmm.
thinking that where you at right now is cool and okay, because it's not.
Right.
How can you expect to be greater, do greater if your mindset's so small?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Wow.
I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna be this next da 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 da. It sounds good coming out, but in your head, you're afraid of being successful.
Right.
So how can you be great when you can't even see yourself being there? How can you be the next Maya Angelou, but you won't even pick up a pen and a pad to start writing?
Mm.
How can you be the next anything if you ain't making no type of effort to get there? Period.
Right.
I'm gonna be the next entrepreneur, kingdom entrepreneur. Well, one, you ain't even living for the kingdom, and two, you ain't even got no business.
Mm-mm.
How that work? Because an entrepreneur, that means you have a business.
That's right.
If you don't have no business, you're not an entrepreneur. That means you somebody employee.
That's right.
Being somebody else's employee and making their business grow don't make you an entrepreneur.
No, it does not.
Because when you gonna come off somebody else's clock and start having your own? Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people that wonder why every job they get they can't keep. I'm just saying. You won't invest the time into starting your own business. So you keep bouncing from job to job to job, never being satisfied with it, never making the type of money you really need to make. Why? Because what did he tell you to do? He told you to start a business 3 years ago. You still ain't done it.
Mm-mm.
You've been stuck in a job that you don't like for the last 3 years. You ain't never had a promotion. You ain't never had a raise. And you are still there. I'm just saying. I ain't never had a job where I didn't get a promotion or a raise. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Work ethic has always spoken for itself.
Amen to that.
If I tell you I'm coming to work, I'm coming to work. I mean that.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, I remember one time it seemed like my hours almost added up to what I got paid. That's how much I had worked. So the whole question is, you willing to put in work on man's job, right? But you won't put in time. You won't clock in the time card on his though.
Mm-hmm.
He get no time. Don't add up.
Nowhere near. The math ain't mathing.
Don't add up. I'm not gonna be quick to run to man's job, but I can't even show up at church on Sunday or whatever day the door open.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna be quick to be on the phone with all these so-called associates that I got, but I can't answer the phone when the apostle call
Right. I know that's right.
because I'm afraid of what she gonna say. No, it don't add up. But you can be on the phone with them politicking about some foolishness, really.
Mhm.
But when she call you to have a conversation to enlighten you, to talk about you, to maybe even speak life into you, but you chose not to answer her call.
Mhm.
See, some of us, let me tell you something. Y'all have missed blessings because of missed calls and
Mhm.
not showing up for things that you should have shown up for.
Mhm. Just showing up.
How much more you finna miss because you won't show up? It's your party. The
Mm.
person that's missing is you.
Right.
How that happen? But it's the party for you.
Mhm.
It was put together for you, but you won't even show up to your own stuff.
Where you
And
doing
you won't show up for you.
that part?
Then what? You expect everybody else to show up for you, but you won't even show up for you.
Mhm.
What was your last investment? After the show tonight, I want you to sit down and write down the last 10 things you just spent money on. And out of them 10 things, circle all of them that were investments into you and your future. Sad to say, for a lot of you, when you write down them 10 things, none of them were an investment into your future. And I don't mean bills. What are the last things that you spent money on? And out of them 10 things, which one of them were investments into your future?
Mine's was product. And they was all an investment in my future.
Hey, I have to keep in inventory.
Mhm.
So what have you spent money on?
That's right.
What class did you buy
Mhm.
into to help you get where you needed to get so you can learn what you needed to learn and get certified?
That's right.
What have you invested in that can help you get where you got to go to reach these goals that you're trying to reach? What research did you do on these wonderful things that you say you're trying to have?
Mhm.
What research have you done, just like me and Quint? What research have we done on the products that we making so that when we put the products out, they won't harm you?
Mhm.
You catch
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? What research have you done on what you trying to do that
Mhm.
they won't be a harmful side effect to somebody else?
Mhm. That's right.
What research have you done on yourself so you won't be a harmful side effect to somebody else?
Mm. Deep.
When's the last time you searched yourself to say, okay, God, I know that you're gonna send me to people and you're gonna send people to me, but I don't want to be the hindrance.
That's right.
I don't want nothing in me, nothing about me to be the hindrance. So that means in order for that to happen, what he got to do, he got to fix some things and clean some things up, but you got to let him clean it.
That's right.
He can't clean what you won't give. You're trying to hold on to certain parts of yourself because you feel like if I let that part of me go, you keep saying I want to heal, but how can he heal when you won't let him have it?
Right. And you know, it's funny you said that because sometimes healing takes you just simply giving somebody else a hug.
That's it.
and it'll bring about your healing. Y'all know, for me, I don't hug. I tell y'all that all the time. But I was in the hospital the other day, and there was a lady in there with her loved one, and I just said, "Can I give you a hug?" And I just held her.
That's deep for you.
Right. But it released her to be able to go home. It released her to say, "This is really hard, but I'm going to
Hmm.
go."
But you gotta go.
It gave her the strength.
Sometimes, sometimes you don't know what
Exactly.
it'll take for somebody else.
Right.
And
Right.
sometimes that thing is for somebody else is actually for you too.
Exactly. Because y'all know. Hug a stranger?
Any, first of all, with anything that make her feel vulnerable is a no. That's where the problem comes in. Anything that makes her feel vulnerable is a no. If you have to ask her about it first, the answer would be no. With quit, it's just something you have to do. Okay? And sometimes you have to watch out for that one because that may not always work out in your favor. But that's normally how that works. So I'm just saying, with me, I don't mind hugging people. Now, if you now see, it's the total opposite for me. I'll hug people because I like to love on people. Now, if you see me back up from somebody when they go to hug me,
You ain't right.
there's a reason.
Hmm.
There's a reason, and because that's not even my normal stilo. I hug people with no issues. You know what I mean? Not a problem. So it's the total opposite between me and her,
I
right?
speak to you.
But but see, this is the thing you got to understand though. When we first met, I hugged her off the bat. She didn't push me away though. Now everybody else though that I ever saw try to hug her after that, her whole her whole face spoke before she could do anything. She
Just
was
doing it now, y'all.
looking at them like what you about to do? Like that would be the look on her face, and she will frown up her face. Lord, y'all, I promise you, you would have to be there to understand. So I'm just telling y'all. I mean, her whole face would be frowned up and everything.
I'm sorry, y'all. I cringe. And I'm not going to hug you after my face frown up anyway. So,
Yeah, and I be hoping that some people kind of catch the gist, but they don't, and they be still trying to go in for the hug after that. And I'd be like, I wouldn't recommend that one, but if you want to, sure, go ahead. I'm gonna just sit right here and just wait for the outcome. Yeah. But I don't understand. Well, see, I tried to explain to you, not the hug, but you didn't listen. So and vice versa. They times where I don't allow people to touch me, especially in church related incidents. Don't no. If I'm at the altar, don't touch me. Okay, just leave me be. Just let me stay right there. You know, I don't like it. Prayer calls. You got 1,000 people. Right? No, 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 no. We not in a seance. I don't need 8 people around me.
at all.
I don't need 8 people around me to pray over nothing. I appreciate you and all your people, but stay right there. You know, that'll be one of them times where you see me come all out the spirit and be looking at you like, excuse me. The next one to touch me gonna get elbowed.
I'll do it in a minute with no problem.
Okay.
Break loose. Break
And
loose.
and two, let me just give you this one ministry 101 thing, and then I'm gonna let y'all go because it's 11.
Yeah.
This is my take for ministry 101. If you have a leader, if your leader has leaders and she assigns leaders to do certain things, if you trust the God in her, then trust that she knows the leaders that she has put in certain places. So
Mm-hmm.
she knows what they can handle and what they can do if you have the right type of leader, right? Now, with that being said, if your leader calls altar call, but your leader is not the only one that's going to get up and pray, please don't get mad at the other people that come over to try to pray for you, because obviously she knows who she has put at the altar, because everybody don't know how to work an altar, but she knows who she has put at the altar. Please let the people do their job.
Mm-hmm.
Don't move out the line and you look like you part of a Tetris machine trying to switch positions so you can get to this side so that your apostle can pray for you and not the other person. Okay, I'm just saying. I see it a lot. So I just wanted to address that.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like somebody was doing it just all in a sprite. I just felt like somebody was waiting to do. And I know one of y'all did it on Sunday. I know you did. I get it. She is the only one. But if you trust the God that's in her and you trust her judgment, then allow the people to do their job. And stop making the people feel like when they come up to pray for you, you act like they got cooties.
Or how about when you have other pastors under your senior pastor or your apostle, and it's their day to preach, and we're not coming to church because this one is preaching? It's so inappropriate. It's You're not supporting your ministry.
I show up and support all the time. Now, when I get in there and you go to talking, that's a whole different scenario. Because I have been in some where the people get up and you be like, well, honey, where is you trying to go with this word?
Right. I've been into those
Do
too.
you know? Do you even know where you want to go with this?
Right.
Like that has been, some of my, not recently, but I have had some of those situations. I'll be like, wait a minute, what? And I'm just sitting there like, really? And if anybody's sitting next to me and they could hear me say it, I probably actually said it out loud. The wait a minute, what part? Like, I don't understand. I'm confused. And you ain't supposed to be confused.
No, not
I'm
at all.
supposed to be able to understand what you're talking about. And if you don't even understand what you're talking about, then that explains it.
Right.
Now I've only been in one session where the person behind us said, "Hold on, wait a minute, because I just screwed myself up." What? Yes, I've only been what? Oh, okay. Wait a minute, I got to start over. Why? Wait a minute, you done did a whole 15 minutes. You finna start over?
How about let's
What?
try it again another day because you was not anointed for this.
You were so not ready. You didn't ready yourself. The Bible say, "Be ye also ready," and you was not ready. That today was not your day.
Mm-mm.
Um, and I've had people do that. I've been in sessions where they call people up and this is minister such and such, and she's doing her trial sermon today, and you hyped up for them, and then they get ready to talk, honey. Do you even understand the words you're reading? And then when they go to actually try to read it out loud, you know that they really don't understand the words they reading because they don't come out right.
Mm-mm.
I was like, wait, that's not how that word is pronounced. Wait, hold on.
Girl.
Like, no, no, wait, no, no, no. It was like I felt like I had to shake it off or something because, like, for real, I was in the whole service. I was feeling like I was illiterate because something just wasn't right. Like, no, wait, hold on, wait.
Turn to the book of Job. Mm-mm.
Girl.
Yeah.
Look, we gonna call such and such up to read the scripture.
Mm.
And they can't even pronounce the first word. Like, hold on, wait. No offense, but when you call people up to read the scripture, make sure, in all honesty, in
They
all
can
fairness, that they can actually read the scripture. And it's just like,
and then
okay,
they talk about, well, read it with authority. I can't pronounce the word.
and the part that gets me with that though is that you don't even bother to go stand beside them to help them.
Right.
You just sit back and just let it happen.
Mm-mm-mm.
Like, no, 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 no. Hold on, I'm coming. Let me help you because I can't allowing somebody to do that, and you know you dead wrong, dead wrong, because you know what's gonna happen after service. You know what's about to happen. No, 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 no. Get up when you realize that this is what. Let me help you out. It's Philippians, not Philippines. Just all of these words, y'all. I need you. We gonna get it. Help the people. Okay, I'm trying to tell you that.
Or you got the people that's reading talking about you weep what you sow. And I'm like, I weep. Why am I weeping it?
And then you get the ones. Then you get the ones that already know they can't read it and pronounce it, but the spirit didn't hit. But the Bible says that's the only word you have said correctly. That's it.
Okay.
You got that one down pat.
I can't.
But what do it actually say? It's the question. Can we get to that part?
Mm-mm.
I need y'all to help the people
Mm.
because that's not what we're doing. Instead of equipping them the way they supposed to
Oh my
be
God.
equipped, you set them up for a fall,
Mm-hmm.
and that ain't how that's supposed to be.
At all.
And the bad part about it is it be people that be eager. They do be very eager.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the zeal. I love the eagerness.
Mm-hmm.
But help them before they get up there.
Right.
Before you allow them to get up there, you set them up for a fall because you want everybody to laugh at them.
Right. Mm-mm-mm.
Because in the back of my brain, I literally sat in the seat. Can I go and help her? But it wasn't my church. It wasn't my ministry. And nobody helped the young lady. The whole time. It literally took her almost an hour to try to get through a 4 sentence scripture. And they just sitting there waiting for her to finish. I was like, somebody help the baby. I don't understand. And I don't even know how old the young lady was. But that was just how I felt about it. Like, can somebody help her?
Right. That's crazy.
And then it's just like when you got I love it when the spirit hits, but when you got these pastors that sound like they need oxygen machines and I just be wondering what's happening. I be like, yo, do y'all have any EMTs that work in y'all church?
I know CPR.
Because
But if he don't pass out, I
there's
can't do
something about to go down.
it.
I mean, all of that gasping for air. I don't understand why people feel like that's the thing to do. I don't understand. And I grew up around that, y'all. Like for real.
It always gonna be crazy.
Every pastor, even the deacon in the deacon's prayer, the deacon gasping for air. And he thanking the Lord for everything, literally. Like for real. I understand that you gotta thank him. I'm not telling you to leave nothing out. But literally, we sit in the church. Lord, we thank you because after church we gonna have chicken. What? Wait a minute, sir. This is not blessing the food. You supposed to be doing the prayer so the pastor can preach. We done bless the food and everything before the whole service is over. I'm telling y'all. Look, for real. Lord, I promise y'all, growing up in church and knowing what I know now, it has been some seriously funny moments. Because you just sit back like, what? Wait a no. No. This ain't what's supposed to happen. I seen people at people hold funerals. Y'all get up. Why we get up and we two stepping together in front of the coffin? What happened? Wait. This is how I want to remember them. This is what we used to do. You pull somebody out the whole pew and go to two stepping in front of the coffin. Wait, no. This was that's after y'all get back to the house and the repast is over. This is no. I have seen some stuff in church, y'all. I ain't lying. Like, and I just be like, wow.
I've seen that though.
I'm saying, and people think I have seen some stuff in church, child. I mean, I seen a woman walk in off the street one day, y'all. Come in and she just wanted to enjoy the service. She was minding her business. When the pastor of the church called her out and told the ushers to cover her up, she said, "But what you trying to cover me up for now? You ain't cover me up last night." What? Wait a minute. Wait. This is not what this is supposed to happen. Jesus fix it. What? She just put you on. She burst your whole bubble, sir. There's no comeback from that. Not right now. Just pass the mic over to the assistant pastor and just take a seat. Because I know you're not going to try to preach this service. I know not. We can't be doing that. And then you tell your armor bearer slash the church security to put her out. No.
What? Why are you putting her out now? The sin is out.
Now you want to put her out. No. But I've seen so much, right? And learned so much of what not to do. Bless him. That is not even funny. But this is what people have. I've heard even recently. I heard people say, "Look, I don't go to church because church is. If I do go, it's entertainment for me today. I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen."
And that's so sad.
And that's people feel like it's not what it's supposed to be. It's entertainment.
What happened?
Yeah, hustle. I got a couple headset. I used to be. I'm not that type of driver anymore. But I do still do customer service work. But yeah, it's just because I got another feed on. So the other feed is talking in the comment section while we talking. And so I was looking at the comment and trying to answer the question at the same time. But yeah. I'm telling y'all, we gotta do better. We gotta do a whole lot better.
We do.
Than what we got going on currently.
Yes.
It's been a lot. So adjustments.
Yeah. Make some changes, guys.
We love y'all. I hope that y'all have gotten something tonight besides laughter at the end. But just know we'll be back with you guys next week. Next week we will talk about soul ties next week. So we
Mhm.
will be having that topic back for you guys finally. All right. I don't know if it's going to be Monday night or Thursday night, so that part remains to be
We'll
seen.
figure that
Uh,
up.
because I don't know what Quint's schedule is this week because we haven't had that conversation. But depending on what day she has more time, that is what night we will talk about soul time. All right. There won't be no Q&A this week. That'll be next week. And then at the end of the month, um, and there won't be no vendors night this month either. It'll be February. So, just so y'all know. All right, so that's the heads up for that. We got some save the date stuff that gotta come out. So y'all wait for the save the date flyers that'll be coming out soon.
Mhm.
And I think that's it for right now.
Review.
Oh, but I do the review Monday. So we're gonna do the
We
review
keep
on Monday.
pushing
But
it back.
I'm gonna let the people go because I need to feed my family. So
Yeah, I need to feed
um,
mine too.
so I'm gonna let the people go. But I'm gonna do the review on my. I'm gonna do the review first before we get started, y'all, so we can have the night to talk about the topic. And
Okay.
then we gonna do that. So, like I said, depending on what night she got more time is the night that we'll do the soul ties. And then I do think, oh, I think we might actually have a guest Thursday night, but I gotta confirm. So I'll let y'all know. It'll be confirmed. If you see me post up a flyer, we got a guest. If there's no flyer, it ain't no guest. All right. So love you guys to life. Love you to live. Please live every day on purpose and make it count. We love y'all. Good night.
Good night.